What's up, guys? Heroes of New Earth versus League of Legends. We got this much information. We only got this much. First thing we're gonna do is take a look at the websites for Heroes of New Earth and League of Legends. I'm not really gauging them on how, fancy their website is. It's really just all about the information they have on them because, when you're at work, sometimes you need something to do. So here we have the tournaments page, and it shows you all the different tournaments they have lined up coming up. There's several, there's like 4 or 5 of them here. This is awesome. It's not currently available in League of Legends, but they say it's coming soon. But you could go through and you could view previous game stats and download and watch the actual replay of the game itself. There's also the ladder, and you can actually view individual players' stats, pull up their player card. Then there's their heroes. You can go through and select each one. It shows you all of their moves. Nice little 3D animation thing there, making it look all fancy. Now, this is one thing that separates it from League of Legends, is that you can actually see the usage of each thing, each hero in Heroes of New Earth. But this is not always a good thing, and I'll just come back to that in a second. We go to items, and what the hell? Damn, tutors. On this page, you can view each individual item stats. You can see how much a purchase price is. You can see what it takes to combine to make whatever recipes and make the super item and all that stuff. Now, again, with a usage thing, just because 57% of 19s are equipped with full Defiance and dual fiery doesn't mean it's necessarily the best thing available. You know what I'm saying? All right, now on the League of Legends website, character pages are pretty straightforward. You click on the different type of character you want to see, and it'll automatically go through and shuffle it and show you the ones that are available in that particular category. You could also click on the page and see all the different stats. I think that this is the different stock items they have, or maybe it's recommended. I don't know. Sometimes I kind of just make shit up and it sounds good. Then you can go on to the items page. Again, you can sort by different type of items. You can see the value. The one thing you cannot see is the usage. But again, like I said before, that kind of could be misleading. First thing you need to know is that there are 2 different forms of currency in League of Legends, Riot Points and Influence Points. RP can be purchased with real money, and IP can be earned by playing the game. Several items can be purchased with both, while some are exclusive to one or the other. And since the store is a major part of a free-to-play game, we're going to take a stroll through and see what we have. The primary item type they offer is Champion Unlocks. There are 51 total, and the price ranges from $275 for the clearance budget welfare heroes to just under $1,000. You can also unlock these using a shitload of IP if you wanted. Then there's skins. Skins can be purchased with just Riot Points only, and I don't understand why you'd want to spend real money on skins, but Blizzard sells a unicorn, and nobody's arguing with them, so whatever. Another RP only product is the temporary boost buffs for 200% XP or IP, and this falls right in line with your average free-to-play MMO and is your standard way of saying you can't pay to win, but you can pay to get a head start. Another very important item type in the store is runes. These items are used to incrementally augment specific stats and are separated into 3 tiers. These stat buffs are permanent and are champion independent as they belong to the player/summoner, which is you, and these can only be purchased by IP. Again, to prevent anyone from paying to win.
Yo, man, I got this stuff in the store. You can buy the IP buff 200%. You can work yourself to buy that IP, and then you can get yourself them runes. It's not really paying to win if you're playing the system, know what I'm saying?
Now let's see how much these Riot Points cost. 5,000 points come at a price of $35, and since Heroes of New Earth is $30 for the retail, and you'll never have to pay a penny again, until they change their mind that is, we'll use this as a price point example and see what we can get with it. Let's see, you can buy Boost for like a year. Let's see, Champions, you can buy a good handful of these, at least maybe 6 to 10 if you buy them on budget, welfare, whatever. So you can buy a ton of skins. And then there's bundles. A bundle will allow you to purchase several things in one, and there's only 2 available right now. This one has runes included. So again, I know you can't really purchase individual runes for real money, but here they're just kind of throwing it in to sweeten the deal, along with a ton of different heroes to unlock. It costs 3,900 points, but you get 1,380 back. So in the end, it only costs you about 2,500 points. And so now we have all this change. Let's go ahead and see what else we could pick up. Let's see, Boost, you could buy some skins, you could buy like a budget hero or something like that. But remember, when you spend these last points, that's all you get, and we've already exceeded the cost of Heroes of New Earth. And you know that somewhere down the line, they're gonna be like, check it out, boom, Master Splinter. You could download Master Splinter and he could be your champion, what's up? And you could be like, snap, I gotta get me some of that Master Splinter, what's up? And then you'll purchase your Riot Points, and now you will be caught in the free-to-play trap. Since we're here, let's go ahead and take a look at the launcher setup that they have here. This is all the pre-game stuff. You have your talent trees, which I guess a talent tree. Let's not play that down. It's an actual talent tree like you'd expect in some other relatively popular MMO games. Then you have your rune tree here, or your rune book, where you can go through and you can place your runes. You have a rune combiner, which will take all of your runes, combine it to a higher level one if you have 5 equal something, some. Then there's a chat room, and the chat was kind of weird, to be honest. Right And then there's your own personal stats where you can go and view how much longer you have to level. There is a form of progression that occurs outside of each individual match, which is what sets us apart from Heroes of Newerth. So you being the summoner are leveling outside of each individual match. Kind of interesting. Now we switch over to Heroes of Newerth's launcher and it's like blam, way different, super polished looking, everything makes noises, everything slides down, it's all and all that stuff. It looks pretty good. So here I am, I'm looking for players for this match. You can see how it lines them up at the bottom. And let me tell you something, every single match, or matchmaking match, I should say, takes forever to set up. Totally not even kidding. Let me go ahead and play you an example here. This is 5 minutes of gameplay in like 30 seconds. So it's a 1000% because I want you guys to kind of see and experience, not in real time though, because this shit is fucking punishing, what it's like to have to set up a game where there's banning involved. You have to go through and they ban the certain champions or heroes or whatever that they do not want to play in the match. So if there's certain ones that are OP, they will X them out. And then the next person goes and bans. And then you guys go through a picking process. And then everybody's got to click join. And then everyone has to load the game. And then finally when you're done, you're like, yes, we can actually play the game. And then when you finally get into the match, someone's always like, oh god, this guy's a feeder, everybody vote to kick him. But the good news is that both sides have to agree to kick the person that sucks, and so you know that the guys on the other team are gonna be like, oh yeah, why don't you give him a second, he'll probably straighten out. And they're pretty much gonna make you suffer, so balls in your mouth. Getting into a League of Legends match is way faster than Heroes of Newerth, and one of the biggest reasons is because you don't have all the different game types. I think Heroes of Newerth has something like 5 or 6 different game types through the banning and the picking and all that stuff. League of Legends, you just pick your hero, pick your skin, pick your spells, pick your runes, and then go. So I want to give a brief overview of the graphics for both games. Now, there's 2 different arguments here because these 2 games are very much alike except for the fact that one is really bright and the other one's really dark. Now, Heroes of Newerth being the darker of the 2, people consider that to be emo. I don't understand why, but we'll just go with it. Then there's the brighter side, which is too happy, it's too cartoony, etc., etc. So those are the 2 arguments. One side's emo, one side's too happy. My theory is that there's 2 different age demographics we're talking about here. The ones that argue that League of Legends looks too cartoony looking are the ones that grow up on Transformers, Thundercats, Ninja Turtles, G.I. Joe, and then there's the group that says that Heroes of Newerth is too dark. I'm just saying, I think that's the group that's like 14 to 18 years old who grew up on Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, and SpongeBob, all very bright cartoons. Now, maybe it's a crazy theory, I'm just gonna throw it out there, I don't know what I'm talking about, but what do you guys think? Am I right? Am I wrong? I know some of you guys are like 30 years old and you're all about Pokemon and all that stuff, and that's kind of weird to me, but to each his own, and that's just my theory. Take a look at the UI for all 3 games. You have Dota at the top, LoL in the middle, then HoN at the bottom. As you can see, they're all relatively the same. The one for HoN looks a little bit more polished with the moving character and all that stuff, and the one for LoL, I think, has a cleaner, better minimap. Looking at both these games side by side, we could say they both look really good. It's harder to really say that one's better than the other. One thing that I do like is the presentation of Heroes of Newerth, that the whole over-the-top Unreal Tournament headshot, shot crap, it's kind of amusing, to be honest. Although they share the same concept, both games require 2 separate approaches. In Heroes of Newerth, spells are considerably more powerful, and one mistake can easily chalk up a death. On top of that, you lose cash money when you die, so there's this focus on carefully planning each fight, and you can't simply just face roll to win. In League of Legends, things are more forgiving. You don't lose cash when you die, and each summoner can choose to have an ability that heals your champion or that allows him to escape certain situations. And while you can look at that and say it's easy mode, it does promote more action and less of this tag, run back bullcrap. That pretty much means you're gonna have a lot more balls out fights going on here and there in every match. After 30 to 60 minutes of keyboard raging, the match finally comes to an end. And this is my absolute favorite part and totally reinforces my earlier over-the-top label for Heroes of Newerth. So here's the LOL ending. Pretty simple, and it's pretty much the same on both sides. Now let's take a look at one of the 2 Heroes of Newerth endings. Really? So necessary. Why don't we go ahead and switch over and look at the other sides, the other factions ending. There is a very thin line between cheesy and epic, and I don't think it takes much to tilt the scales either. Let's see. Alright guys, so what's it gonna be? League of Legends or Heroes of New Earth? Or is it gonna be Dota? Or is it gonna be StarCraft 2 Dota? Or is it gonna be Steam's Dota? I don't know. Why don't you just let me know at IMDMikeB or Facebook.com/AKA Mike B or in the comments below. See ya!